now along with this book, you launched 2 wines and a beer.
Yes. Yes.
The Jan Braai wine and beer. You're starting a little empire here.
A little braai empire.
A little braai
The
empire.
Democratic Republic of Braai.
Yes.
Yes.
Um, tell me about the wines. I tasted the white, the red, and the beer. I've
Yes.
tasted all 3, and they're all very good
Thank
and
you.
very well priced.
Yes.
And I'm not like doing an advertisement. I was actually like, wow, that was very good. How did you choose them? How did you choose what your name was going to go on?
For me, let's start with the wine. I think there are so many wine labels out there that the normal consumer, when you're standing in a shelf in a supermarket or liquor store, you actually don't know what to buy because there are so many labels. So conventional wisdom would then dictate why you're launching another label if there are already thousands out there. But I think in that there are so many, nobody knows what to buy. If you're not a wine connoisseur, if you're just a normal person who likes to braai and likes to drink wine, and I think then what you need on that shelf is a label and a name that you can trust. So we have 50,000 people reading this book. They know that all the recipes are fantastic. So when they want to braai, I reckon some of them would have enough trust in the Jan Braai brand that they would then say, cool, let's give this wine a go. Now, when you have these people with trust in the brand, you also don't want to rip them off. And that's why I want it to be at a price point where it stays affordable. I'm sure that there are many people who love wines that are hundreds of rands per bottle, but I personally don't think that is where I want to sit in the market. So for me, this price point of 50, 60 rand, that's what I think a bottle of wine should cost, where you can drink lots of it. So then it was a case of finding someone who can do consistent quality of this wine. So I shopped around a bit and found this farm on the Brede River, Alvis Drift, who were keen for this project. And the red one is a Cabernet Shiraz blend, which I think is a premium blend, both in what it actually is, but also in the consumer's perception. It's 2 well-known status cultivars. And I think in terms of red wine, a blend is also more easy to drink because you want everybody to enjoy it. It mustn't be like this tough wine that you pretend you like it, but it's actually bloody difficult to, and it's actually very difficult to drink. And then the white wine is a 2015 Sauvignon Blanc. I also drink a lot of Chardonnay at home, but I feel in this market, Sauvignon Blanc is always the flagship status white wine. And I wanted the first Jan Braai white wine that is on the market should be a Sauvignon Blanc. The wine that is in the bottle also won a prize a few weeks ago for the best young Sauvignon Blanc of 2015. So not in the Jan Braai bottle, in the Alvis Drift bottle, it's the same one. So those are the wines. And for me, it's really allowing consumers who don't know that much about wine to drink great wines at an affordable price from a label that they know and hopefully can trust. The beer, slightly different. I think there's a lot of entry-level or normal beers out there, and me living in Cape Town, and I go to a lot of these more trendy places, I'm very interested and excited about the craft beer movement in South Africa, because we're always used to travel to Europe and then you have all this access to higher quality beers. In South Africa, if you want to spoil yourself at the braai, you can buy a more expensive piece of meat, and if it's the end of the month, you buy a cheaper piece of meat. But we always drank cheap beer, and I think it's fantastic that now, if you want to, you can pay a bit more money, but you can drink a higher quality beer. So it was a project that I've been working on for about a year, is to launch a craft beer with my name on. It's South Africa, it's hot, we all want to drink lager, so I wasn't looking at ales, I wanted to do a lager, I wanted to do it in a 340 milliliter bottle that it doesn't get too warm in your hand around the braai fire. And we are very fortunate in Cape Town to have a lot of great craft breweries. I think one of the most premium flagship ones is obviously Devil's Peak down the street in Salt River. And when I approached them and we started having talks, they said they're interested in brewing the Jan Braai lager. I did not have any involvement in the development of that recipe. They gave me a choice of 5 great beers. I tasted all of them and I chose which one they will make for me, and they make it consistently, and And that's available nationwide. We're opening on tap in bars and in 6-packs in supermarket or in liquor stores.
That's exciting.
Very excited.
What does it feel like to have a little braai empire?
It is nice. Last night I braaied at home, and when I lit the fire, I sat next to it and I opened a bottle of Jan Braai lager, and that was fantastic. And then later when we ate, we had a bottle of the red wine. And that was quite cool. It's definitely not something I envisioned doing 10 years ago.